Most people don't actually have a money problem. They have a money disappearing problem. You get paid, and a few days later, somehow the money is gone. Food, subscriptions, random shopping, little treats, transport. One or two, it's not that much, purchases. And that's exactly how people stay stuck for years. Because the truth is, it's not always the big purchases that destroy your finances. It's the small spending habits you repeat every single week. And with prices rising every year because of inflation, losing control of your money today can make life even harder in the future. So in this video, I'm going to show you a simple paycheck routine you can follow every time you get paid. So you can stop living paycheck to paycheck, start saving more, and actually begin building wealth. And stay until the end, because I'll show you exactly how I would split a small paycheck step by step. Why most people stay broke. The biggest mistake most people make is this. They treat their paycheck like permission to spend. The money hits their account, they relax, they reward themselves, and then they try to figure it out later. But later usually never comes. And that's why so many people feel like they're working hard, but still not moving forward. Because making money is only half the game. The other half is knowing where that money should go before it disappears. And this routine works even if you're not making a lot of money yet. In fact, when your paycheck is small, having a system matters even more. Because if you don't control a small paycheck, you probably won't control a big one either. So here's the routine. Step 1. Separate needs and wants. The first thing you should do every time you get paid is split your money into needs and wants. This sounds simple, but this is where most people lie to themselves. Your needs are the things you genuinely need to survive. Things like rent, groceries, bills, transportation, insurance, basic living costs. Your wants are everything else. Takeout, shopping, subscriptions you barely use, coffee runs, random online purchases, nights out. And look, I'm not saying you should never enjoy your money, but if you don't know the difference between a want and a need, your money will always control you. A good starting target is trying to keep your needs around 50% of your paycheck or less. Now, if your bills are higher than that right now, don't panic. This isn't about being perfect. It's about understanding your financial baseline. Because once you know the minimum you need to survive every month, you can finally start making better decisions, either reduce expenses or increase income. And both of those are better than staying confused. Quick spending audit. A simple thing you can do is check your bank statement from the last 1 or 2 months, not to judge yourself, just to catch patterns. Because sometimes the problem isn't one huge purchase, it's 10 small purchases repeating every week. Maybe it's food delivery, maybe it's subscriptions, maybe it's convenience spending. Each one feels small, but together they quietly drain hundreds of dollars every year. And once you see that, you can start fixing it. Step 2. Build your emergency fund. This is not investing money. This is not fun money. This is your life happened fund. Because life always happens. Your car breaks down, your phone stops working, your hours get cut, a random bill shows up. Without savings, one bad week can easily turn into debt. That's why I recommend putting around 20% of your paycheck into savings until you build at least 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Now, if that feels impossible right now, start smaller. Start with your first $100, then $500, then $1,000. Because in the beginning, the goal is not to look rich. The goal is to become harder to financially break. And that peace of mind is incredibly powerful. Why inflation matters. Now, there's another reason this routine matters so much, and that's inflation. Inflation is basically the reason money slowly loses its value over time. Think about this. A few years ago, you could buy a decent meal for maybe $5 or $6. Now, that same meal might cost $10 or $12. Groceries cost more, rent costs more, gas costs more. Almost everything becomes more expensive over time. But here's the problem. Most people's savings don't grow as fast as prices increase. So if your money is just sitting in a regular bank account doing nothing, it's actually losing buying power every year. If inflation averages around 3 to 4% per year, something that costs $100 today could cost $130 in the future. That's why simply saving money is not enough. Saving protects you from emergencies, but investing helps protect you from inflation, and that's where the next steps come in. Step 3. Pay off high-interest debt. Before investing heavily, you should deal with high-interest debt, because there's no point trying to earn 8% in the stock market while your credit card is charging you 20%. That's like trying to fill a bucket while there's a giant hole in the bottom. So if you have credit card debt or other high-interest debt, make it a priority. A good starting target could be putting around 10% of your paycheck towards paying it down. One effective strategy is paying the minimum on all debts, then putting extra money toward the one with the highest interest rate first. Because debt doesn't just take your money, it steals your future options. It makes every paycheck feel smaller before you even touch it. But once your debt starts shrinking, your financial life starts opening up again. Step 4. Invest automatically. Once your basics are covered and your finances are stable, this is where wealth building really starts. And the most powerful thing you can do here is automate it. Instead of waiting until the end of the month to see what's left, set aside around 15% of your paycheck and invest it automatically. Automation removes emotion, it removes excuses, and it removes the temptation to spend that money first. Over time, small investments grow into something meaningful. Because wealth is not built from one big investment, it's built from consistent investing over many years. And the earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. Step 5. Invest in your future income. The final place your money can go is increasing your earning power. This might include learning a new skill, starting a side hustle, buying tools or software, improving your business or content, investing in education. This is where I'd use around 5% of my paycheck, because the two fastest ways to improve your finances are managing your money better and increasing how much you earn. When you combine both, things can start changing very quickly. 3 paycheck mistakes to avoid. Before we look at an example, here are 3 common paycheck mistakes. Mistake 1. Spending first and saving later. If you only save what's left, there usually won't be much left. Mistake 2. Treating every paycheck like extra money. A paycheck is not a reward, it's a tool. Mistake 3. Trying to be perfect. You don't need to follow this routine perfectly. You just need to start moving in the right direction. Progress beats perfection every time. $500 paycheck. Let's make this practical. If someone gets paid $500, a simple split could look like this: $250 for needs, $100 into emergency savings, $50 towards debt, $75 into investing, $25 into growth. Your numbers might look different, but the idea stays the same. Every dollar gets a job before it disappears. Most people think building wealth is complicated, but it usually starts with something much simpler. What you do the moment you get paid. Not once, not only when you feel motivated, every single paycheck. Because one paycheck won't change your life, but the routine you repeat with every paycheck absolutely will. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about investing, side hustles, and building wealth, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
I'm Leo. your wealth guide. See you in the next video.